Hey everyone, how's it going? Nope, I didn't fall asleep. I was just playing around with StreamYards a little bit, getting some of my clips. VF actually showed me how, so I was putting some of them up here. Like this
Wrong.
one.
You serious?
And everyone's favorite.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
I love that one. So, if you haven't heard, they moved Blind Justice, or not Blind Justice, let me rephrase that. They moved him over to a state prison because I guess the jail that he was in couldn't accommodate his needs, so they decided to move him to one that could. And he's he's still in there though. He still has to pay $50,000 in cash, and also agree to stay home on house arrest. So more than likely, he's not going anywhere anytime soon. And I doubt they're going to collect $50,000. And honestly, anyone who does donate is really stupid and has no brain. But that's besides the point. So what this video is going to be about is his wife put out a video about him moving to prison. And I just wanted to debunk it because that's just so much fun to do. Just hang on one second. Let me get that up. And I'll be stopping it from time to time to chime in with my thoughts on this. Right now it is 10:30 p.m. What time is it there for you? Thank you, Michelle. Okay, here's Mrs. Justice. Dumb name, to be honest, but
am I here now? What do you think? You got me?
Is this thing on?
Oh my gosh. Hey, friends. Hey, I think I'm here. Maybe. Good. Okay. Hi. I'm late. I'm sorry. I was sitting here talking to my screen and then realized I didn't click go live again. And so that didn't get very far. Can you hear?
You'll notice she isn't exactly the brightest bulb in the chandelier, if you know what I mean.
Hear me okay? Because I can like finagle microphone situation. All right. I don't know. That's probably noisy.
Thanks, Cat Disney.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think I'm just behind. All right. Cool. I don't know how long you guys have been hanging out. I did that little gonna go live thing because I know I kept getting messages and people wanting updates, and I just wanted you to know that I was coming. I just needed to do some.
You know, a lot of people asked her, "Are you Amish?" I got a kick out of that one.
Other things. Oh, I didn't do that. I'm sorry. It'll be okay. So a lot of you already know what's going on because I have some amazing friends in this YouTube community that give you updates when I don't. So Noli D and NC Tyrant Hunter, and I should not try to start a list because then I fail and leave people out. And Carolina Auditor and Carolina Guardian and Pepperoni Audits and SC Swamp Fox and Eric Brandt. And see, this is why I shouldn't do that. But hi, everybody.
Tell me she doesn't look like she belongs on the set of Little House on the Prairie.
All right, so last night before I went to bed, I called you. Some of you were live with me. It was super late. Anyway, I called to check on Mike. I talked to somebody at the jail. It was like, I don't know, 1 a.m. And I asked, how he was doing, and they told me this lady seemed real sweet, real Southern sweet lady, that Southern sweetness. And she said, I asked how he was doing, and she said he's fine and whatever. So come to find out today, this morning I called to check on him and talked to the sergeant, Captain Bullens, and he was already weird when he answered because he's like, let me clear my office. I'll talk just a second, and then he's like writing down. He's making a note of my call, and then informed me that Mike wasn't even at that facility and had not been at that facility.
Hey, GD.
Since yesterday afternoon. So when I called last night, he wasn't even there. When I called last night and they told me he was fine, he wasn't even there. And that is just ridiculous. So now he tells me Mike is in the state prison.
Sup, man? We're talking about Blind Justice, the guy I did a video on yesterday, was it? Yeah, I believe it was yesterday. This is an update to that, basically. Hey, Goober, how's it going?
He's in a prison. He was at a county jail. Now he's, now he's in a prison, the state prison.
Oh, no.
He was taken in on a failure to appear warrant for the charge resisting an officer, which he wouldn't have even gotten jail time for had he been convicted.
Yeah, and this is his own fault. He refused to go into court over a friggin' GoPro. All this over a piece of machinery that's not even allowed in court, even by the ADA standards. All this over a GoPro. Let that sink in.
So now he is sitting in a prison in isolation because at the prison they require that it be a 14-day quarantine period for anyone that comes in new. For 14 days, he's supposed to be in isolation in the prison with no phone calls in or out.
Can't you go visit him? I mean, I don't know about in quarantine, in isolation. I've never visited anyone that was in isolation. I had a friend that was in jail, and I did visit him, but he was never in isolation, so I don't know exactly how that works. If there's any law enforcement that could enlighten me on that.
So I can't talk to him at all. I can't hear from him, so I was told I could write him letters. They told me I could write the blind man letters. Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah. So, I called and talked. So, okay. There are some really great new videos that people are putting together. Don't write the letters. What did you say? Yeah, I don't see any point in writing letters. He can't read them. Somebody else is going to read them to him. And why in the world would he believe that?
See, that's bullshit right there. He could see fine when he was in the wakeboard championship and won, mind you. He could see where his lawyer was pointing to when he asked if you could talk to him over on the side. He could see when he ordered it exactly where to point the camera. He's not blind. Come on, lady. You're just showing your ignorance here. Really.
that person is reading something that's actually from me. Because I'm not going to put like super personal things in there.
Hey, Grampy Lobster, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. And if you guys are not subbed to Grampy Lobster, go ahead and sub. He's a good guy. He has really funny content, especially when he does what's his name? Von Helsing, I think. And this really crazy broad name, Shani for Christ. And he does emos too, but he does really good work. You should definitely subscribe to him.
Suppose it would allow him to write you back. Yeah. So apparently there's two people like types that could talk to him. That would be a lawyer and a chaplain. So I'm trying to find someone to contact him to confirm with him that the not bailing him out plan is still standing. I asked Captain Bullens why the heck they transferred him to a state prison for a failure to appear charge. And the answer was because they were not equipped in the county courthouse the county jail to handle his many different disabilities and medical needs. And my thought is, then give him back. You took him. You can't handle him. Give him back.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sweetheart, but that's not how it works. He missed his court date. He's where he belongs. And again, over a GoPro.
Don't send him somewhere else. Don't send him to a prison. What? So they send him to the prison. My daughter is like, Mom, just use the expletives. My teenager's sitting across the room. Mom, just use them. Just let it out. Yeah. So was he moved partly because of I think he was moved. There's two reasons. One, they're not equipped to handle a person with disabilities, at least not to the extent Mike has in the jail, in the county jail, which is disturbing on many levels, because how many people who have disabilities are put in that jail and their disabilities and medical conditions are ignored. Also, Mike is a fairly high-profile situation here. There's a lot of eyes on this, and that jail and the courthouse have been getting a lot of calls, and they're tired of it, and they don't like it, and they think that if they send him to prison, that those calls are going to stop. But they are the ones who are still currently responsible. When I talk to the prison, is that me? Hold on, that might be important, because sometimes people text me things when I need to stop talking. All right, I'll chill.
How about this?
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
So yes, they are the ones that are responsible for where he is. The state prison says that they are just basically, what do they call it? He's a safekeeper. So they're holding him on behalf of Rockingham County Courthouse. So everything, all the decisions and things are still at the courthouse level. The state prison isn't the one making the decisions. So another thing that's disturbing to me
Is how dumb you are.
I made you spill your beer. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know how I managed to do that. Way over here. Another thing that's disturbing is, so I went out to the first appearance. Is that yesterday? Yes, the 7th in the AM, and we had an awesome North Carolina team there. Our YouTube family came out and supported me because that was scary. We went out. Oh, all right. Apparently, he really needs my attention. I'll be right back.
She does this quite a lot. Instead of, maybe just telling the person, hang on, I'm doing a video right now, I'll get back with you. No, she has to shut the camera off and waste people's time. Honestly, I feel bad for the kids. I really do. Obviously their father isn't a very good example for them. But Comfort Doll brought up a good point too. Yeah, if he can't read a letter, then how the heck did he power wash his deck? This guy is he's another scam artist, for sure. Let me fast forward when she's back.
Oh my God, there's 666 of you still in here, and I wasn't even here. No, there was no noise. There was no music. There was no nothing, and you're still here. I don't even know. I love you all very much. Very, very much.
Yeah, I would love them too, because they're donating money. But another thing that, someone actually brought this up to me. I was chatting with them. Who's to say that the person that's putting money together, the 50,000, isn't going to run off with it? I mean, that's an awful lot of money. Think about it. They're not exactly the most honest people in the world. Who's to say that someone's not going to, run off with that donated money? Just saying.
I'm sorry, I was laughing at some of these comments. Oh man. Do I have anything else I need to tell you? Yes, I do. I wrote up a letter. It's in the description that we can share. I've gotten a few different people to read it. My editor in chief over here, my partner here, daughter, caught some typos for me. That we can send on to everybody, like everybody. Send it to every pastor in this state. Send it to every lawyer in this state. Send it to every senator and representative and business. I don't know. Everybody. Let's just make everybody know what's going on.
Hey, how about maybe send it to his old high school principal? That makes as much sense as what you're saying.
And we can't make them, but we can give them the opportunity to know what's going on. And yeah, I think we're gaining traction. So this is important for everybody who's been asking me about the Institute of Justice. Okay, this is important. Institute of Justice. I found out that you guys have been reaching out, and you guys are doing a really great job. We're starting to get a little bit of traction here. It sounds like they are aware of the situation, but it needs more attention. So I need more people to contact the Institute of Justice and tell them about this. It's kind of like voting. Like, which case do you want them to take? This one. You want them to step in and intervene here.
Wow, this woman is really stupid. They're not going to intervene, just like the ADA isn't going to intervene. I heard, I can't confirm this to be 100% true, but I've heard that the ADA doesn't even want to involve themselves with Mike at all. So what does that tell you right there? It's not going to work. He did not go into court for his trial. He stood outside in defiance and had a temper tantrum because they wouldn't let him in with his GoPro. Basically, he was acting like a 2-year-old. It's not going to work. And your buddies, or your hillbilly buddies, are making such a mess of this, and they're just, all they're doing is annoying them, and that's not going to solve anything. It's just going to make them push back even harder.
And so check the description for the letter. I think, wait, where did my email go? Because I just emailed somebody to check and see if that would be, yeah, we're going to go for it. The key elements here would be to make sure that you mention blind justice, because that's very specific. He has the legal name is very generic.
Fizzy about that. There's nothing, no exceptions. I mean, they can make exception if they want to, but you have to wear something else, like a face shield. You have to have something. You can't just go into places without masks. There's no exceptions. If you look it up in the ADA, there's no exception for mask. There's also no scientific evidence that it makes you breathe worse. I looked it up. I researched this pretty thoroughly, and none of the organizations that I checked on say there's any evidence, like the American Lung Association, the CDC, and there's a few others I can't think off my head right now, but there's no scientific evidence that, masks lower your breathing. It's just a bunch of bullshit. In fact, in my state, since they put a tougher restriction for wearing masks, COVID cases went down 75%. 75%. Think about that one.
Actually, lots of people have very similar legal names to what he is booked under and all that. So blind justice, be sure to mention blind justice when you reach out to the Institute of Justice. So, yeah, that's one that could be really helpful. I lost you. I'm not looking at the right screen anymore. Hold on. There you are. Another awesome thing that's happening is, I think, Charles, are you still in here? Hey, NC Tower Hunter, B squared. What's up, people? I didn't greet you. I'm so sorry. Like, individually. I usually try to do that. I did not do that. 10% of 5,000 is 500. Yes. 10% of 50,000, however, is 5,000. And the bail here, I think, is higher. It depends on the bondsman. And I'm still trying to get a copy of that stinking warrant to find out what it actually says. They're supposed to have a certified copy of it for me tomorrow, so I can go pick it up, because apparently they can't email it to me. But I think they email it to other people, so whatever. Or it's, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Your ears are hurting from the phone calls? Oh, I'll move it over. Farther away. Sorry about that.
So does beer.
All right, but
goggles.
Charles, you have a link to a petition. Yes, Perth, you got it. On it. Yes, that. The Institute for Justice. What was I saying? No, don't tell. It doesn't matter what I was saying. Just make sure it's right. The Institute for Justice. Yeah, if I said it wrong, I'm sorry.
Now, if your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever was in this situation, wouldn't you be a little more upset? She doesn't really seem to be upset at all. Is it just me? Anyone else notice that at all? She just doesn't seem to really care very much.
Oh, man. So I don't say, oh, Eric, hey, what? So think you'll find a bondsman to post 50,000 cash really. Yeah. So far, I don't think anybody has found one. And
You're not going to find one.
because I know a few people were looking into that option for me to have on the back burner.
That is a very big gamble.
In case Mike says post bail. Yeah. Find the petition, filling out the form. You're signing. Oh, yeah. Thanks, MD. You're signing the petition and then filling out the form on the Institute for Justice website. Awesome. $50,000 is, oh my gosh. It's just so much. That's ridiculous.
It's his own fault.
Yes. I asked them about why he's where he is at the jail. Nope. At the prison. Why Mike is in the, what did you say, hospital ward? I was told it's because of the COVID protocol that they have in the jail, that anybody who comes in new, they put in 14-day isolation. And they can't even make phone calls or receive phone calls because they're afraid they're going to transmit it through the phone, which, so if any, like at the moment we have unearthed an incredibly, it's inhumane. You're putting people, and it doesn't matter what they've done or like why they're there, in isolation for 14 days straight with no phone calls in or out. The only people they can communicate with are their captors, a chaplain, or their lawyer if they come in. But because apparently they can't even talk to their lawyer on the phone. I could be wrong there. I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, I call bullshit on that. If you ask them, I bet you, I bet if she asked them, she could go in and visit him. And can't speak to a lawyer on the phone. I've never heard that anywhere. If anyone they'd be able to talk to would be a lawyer, but I do think that they would allow her to see him. I think she's just using this for sympathy.
Now, and then if they can talk to their lawyer, why can't they talk to other people? Central Prison, yes, in Raleigh. Yeah, but that's really disturbing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's an 8th Amendment violation for anybody who is put in there. I don't. Yes, for this, there's no crime to begin with. Absolutely. And even if there were, even if there were no crime, there is no crime for Mike. But even if he was convicted, according to what I'm understanding.
Yeah, not showing up in court is a crime, hence why they put out a warrant for his arrest. Wow, this girl is dumb.
There would be no jail time, and absolutely not in prison.
No worries, Dante.
14-day isolation. It's just
because there's currently a pandemic.
Violating the 8th. Well, at least they're consistent, Maddie. Well, I mean, there's that. 61 signatures. Nice. I looked at that a little while ago, and there's only 9. Now that's a big jump. There are 750 people in this live stream right now. There is a petition that you can sign. Currently, it has 61 signatures. Let's see how much we can make that increase in the next 5 minutes. Somebody track that for me, because
if last I checked, there was 400 and something signatures. But
I can do like a share screen thing. 88. Oh my gosh.
Honestly, what is that going to do?
Is what a felony?
Petitions.
Oh, the charge against
powerful.
Mike? No. It's a class 2 misdemeanor.
Yeah,
Institute Justice Link.
A class 2 misdemeanor that he turned into an arrest because he refused to put his GoPro away. He has no one else to blame but himself in this. He wanted to flex, and he wanted this attention. don't be fooled. He knew what he was doing. This is the exact reaction that he wants because he thinks it's gonna bring him some kind of fame.
All right. Perf has the link to the petition. What? Okay. Wait, let me grab that. Perf, stop rolling away. Can I copy this from here? Oh, no.
One have signed.
Text me the link, Lily. Why is this here? All right.
You know, he's your typical sovereign citizen. I would call him a sovereign citizen more than a frauditor, to be honest. Because I mean, if you've seen some of his videos and that arrest video that she's talking about, which is where this all came from, they were sitting in the parking lot of a church at 2:00 in the morning playing Pokemon Go. And when an officer went to check it out, they refused to identify, and of course he resisted arrest, so here we are with this. But he couldn't leave it there. He just had to make an even bigger spectacle of himself, and it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
We're going to pull that up and see. You thought... Oh, wait. I think we're talking about a couple different things. You thought ADA violation is a felony. I do not know. You're probably right. I don't know the answer. I mean, it's a federal law, so I don't know. I was saying the charge brought against Mike was a misdemeanor. Are the phone calls recorded? The phone calls to the courthouse, probably. I mean, the prison, I'm sure.
Send it to yourself.
Oh, MD, we're going to get a bunch of signatures on there right now. I still have 697 people in here. So, thanks. Is it BG? Watches? Minister's license if you need me. Fair shake. Are you in North Carolina? So I called because I'm trying to figure out. I just want somebody to go in and talk to him since I can't. Specifically somebody who's a friend, to be clear.
How about his lawyer?
And they've told me that the chaplains are allowed to go, but they have to be on the approved visitors list. And then there's like a whole background check and all kinds of stuff that goes along with that. Scott, you're in Raleigh, really?
That's right, GD. Not all of them are supporting them. When I went into the live stream when he was arrested, there was a lot of people in there trolling. And surprisingly, I don't know if I had mentioned this in the video or not. I can't remember. But I said something and she goes, "Degeneration Nation's in this chat?" I felt honored that she knew me. She's probably like, "Oh shit, Degeneration Nation's in here. What is he going to do now?"
All right. The judge's name that issued the failure to appear warrant and put the astronomical bond on there was Grogan. I'm going to confirm that real quick because I don't want to tell you wrong. I think it's in the description. But I'm pretty sure it was Grogan. Judge Grogan at the Rockingham County. How many? 138. Oh, snap. 140. 141. Oh, my gosh. 140, 144. Holy cow. That's exciting. Nice. Go. Freeman is the one who issued the judge's order saying that they would hold Mike in criminal contempt if he brought his devices into the courthouse and gained equal access in the courthouse. The guards are the one who didn't even allow him to enter the courthouse. And then Judge Grogan issued the failure to appear warrant, which the guards from the sheriff's department then enacted on the courthouse steps. If you guys haven't seen that, I can pull up. Jeff, you still in there? You post your link for me to that video?
Yeah, and why do you think that they enacted the warrant? because he refused to go inside. He was given every opportunity. They would have worked with him. I heard them say something like they would clear the courtroom for him so there's not so many people in there. Maybe it'll be easier for him to understand. There was things that they were willing to do. They were willing to work with him. He just refused because he was mad that they wouldn't allow him in with his GoPro, but video recordings not allowed in that courtroom. And if you look at the ADA preferred, I don't know what it's called, approved, I guess. Yeah, ADA approved devices, a GoPro is not on it. So he really had no leg to stand on in that at all.
How many? 165. Woohoo! Good job. I've got. We're tracking 165 signatures so far. Well, it keeps going up. Yeah. If you sign it, even if you don't sign it, you can share it. File a motion to reduce the bail. I asked about that, and that would have apparently should have happened at the first appearance. The judge had no intention of even entertaining the legalities of the current bail situation. Like, it's. I mean, if you just don't want him out in the community, like they could have just put it house arrest, right? And they still can. They still can. I think they can still change that. A judge there in the. Sorry, that's so loud. In the courthouse, could they just change it? Oh, I could just mute it, huh?
Yeah, they can pull it.
That's okay. Buzzing isn't as loud as the. So I didn't clip that out. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, how are we doing on that petition? Because that's pretty exciting.
192.
Okay, let me tell you this. There are approximately, I think, 2,200 people, like just over 2,000 people, population of Madison. I think it would be quite a statement if we can get more signatures on that petition than we have residents in Madison. Or somebody can look up real quick and see how many votes the current mayor got. I think it was like 100 and something in order to take his position. And
I just have to add some more. I don't think I have a lot of mods in here.
Now I realize that those are only out of the people who voted here in Madison. But
thank you so much, Sig. I don't even know how to pronounce your name, but thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate that.
Just a little interesting.
GD signed Emo's name.
200. Oh snap! Thanks, going south. Petition signed and donated. Oh wow! Thanks, Lencho Lopez. Appreciate it. $5. It said additional 63 views. Oh, yeah, I saw that on there. I wasn't sure how that worked. It was like, hey, if you want to donate to the. So on the petition, when it asks for donation, that's going to change.org, I think, for like promoting.
Thank you, Billy Sanders, for the $5. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Have I told you that recently?
This petition. So that's not, I have nothing to do with that. Just to be clear, like I have
bless your heart.
Nothing to do with that. That's not me. And I didn't even write this. Somebody else did this for me. Like they just did it. Charles, did you do this? Was it a team effort? I don't know. I just got sent the link that it was done, and that was amazing because I was excited. I didn't have to think about that. And then, oh, I wasn't paying attention, Jeff, if you posted that link. Of course, I can't click it from in here, I don't think, anyway. So.
Thank you, American Be Savage, for the $5. I really appreciate it. And as Vilified Freedom would say, Jesus loves you, so do I.
Interesting. So I'm going to read your comment, Tian. Hold on. Hang on. It scrolled away. Let me read it. You said you're not exactly sure what the problem is. Mike got the exact outcome he was hoping for. A big YouTube. So
is VF in here?
That is not.
Did I miss him?
That's not the point. And this is not the outcome that Mike was hoping for as far as like him being in prison. The outcome that we always hope for is that things can be handled at the lowest level possible and that people will find their humanity and do.
Why did they need to find humanity when it was your husband that caused this trouble in the first place? It's not that anyone doesn't have humanity. It's your husband is a troublemaker.
The life promoting healthy thing.
VF in the house.
The people that we've encountered at the courthouse swore oaths to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution, the North Carolina Constitution.
Bless your heart. He was actually moved from the jail to the prison because the jail couldn't accommodate his quote unquote many disabilities. And plus, I think they were also tired of all the frauditors calling into the jail asking or demanding them to release him. And they probably just got sick and tired of it. Plus with all his, again, quote unquote, disabilities, he was more of a liability there. So they moved him someplace where they could more accommodate him.
On Tuesday, those were broken. Okay, they did not uphold, and they are still not upholding the Constitution of the United States or the North Carolina Constitution. They could have. The guards could have stepped aside. They could have escorted him into the courtroom and took a stand beside him and said, no, we are going to stand and we're going to enforce law here.
And that's exactly what they did. I'm sure, I didn't see it for myself, but someone else had mentioned that there was a sign that said no electronic recording devices in the courtroom. And that's from the judge. So where did they break a law? I'll wait.
And the federal law, the Americans with Disabilities Act, requires that you allow people equal access to the courthouse, to public spaces. This is a courthouse.
Yes, and they would have, but they're not going to allow a GoPro in there. What part of that is so hard to understand?
This is a public space, even though they have made it into a secret court, right? It's still a public space. So they, at any point, that's what we want. We want.
Thank you, Cass, for the $20. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'll do more about Fatty Hill. Lately, though, he's been reposting old videos, so he hasn't had anything new that I've seen. But once good old Bale starts doing his thing again, definitely do it. And I think that's one that VF and I are going to collab on.
People to stand on what they say and what they believe, what they say they believe, what they say they do. And this is just highlighting that this is not the system that many people believe it to be. This disabled people are not getting equal access, and yet these government facilities are getting tons of federal funds to continue to do things after they sign that little paper that says that they're ADA compliant.
Citation needed.
They're not. Yes, child. Pausing.
According to this thing that I found, the 2019 election for mayor in Madison, North Carolina, the mayor got 190 votes.
190 votes.
And the total votes was 261. We are currently...
Hold on. So the total number of votes for mayor here for this last election was 261? Yeah. And the mayor took 191 of them. Wow. Out of 2,000 people, not very many people voted. So that's...
Yes, Michael RS has a good point. They have to allow reasonable accommodations. But that doesn't necessarily mean the accommodations that the disabled person would prefer, right? They allow a reasonable accommodation, but that doesn't mean one's things that you want. They don't have to bow down to you. You're not a superstar. You're not a celebrity. You're just a loudmouth sovereign citizen.
That's an interesting concept. How can someone say that they're over 2,000 people, like that they're in charge of 2,000 people when only less than 200 of them agreed to that. God, 190. Yeah, there it is. Oh, there's 2,066 as of what, since what?
That's a good question. I don't think they were able to take the qualified immunity yet, and I would bet Las Vegas odds that none of the people that they claim are going to lose their qualified immunity are going to lose it. It just doesn't work that way.
2020. Oh, well, okay. Perth's got the petition up. All right. How's that petition going? We have 809 people in here.
It's at 274.
274. There's 800 of you in here. Now,
Yep. Thank you, Ranger Man, for the $5. I really appreciate it. He said she must know he's not blind. She's his wife, right? Yeah, but she's in on the con as well. She's a sovereign citizen as well, so of course she's going to back up her man.
I realize there's quite a few people in here who are only here to pick on me and to make fun and to record and come up with something later that they're going to like try to use against me. That's okay. Government by the people only works when the people find cause to invest therein.
Dang
If
it,
you are
Bobby.
calling me, you can leave me a message. I don't know who this is, so I'm not going to answer it because I don't have to. I do not know how to say that word, Cane Corso. Aloha from Hawaii. Wait, come back. It just jumped away. Hope this helps. Mahala. Thank you.
Speaking of Eric, has he gotten involved? I haven't even checked his channel yet. Is he going to run to North Carolina and pitch his usual fits that he does?
Awesome. Appreciate it. That's awesome. All right. It says it's stuck at 165. What you seeing over there?
Just a second. Refresh your page.
What you got? This one says
88.
Oh, Patty says it's 291 and rising.
And suckers keep on donating.
Oh, there it went. Nice. Thanks, Jeff. All right. Hang on. Hello. Hi. Hey.
And here we go again. So once she comes back.
All right. This is going to be a fun night, guys. All right. How's that petition going? $310. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. You guys are awesome.
Still not going to do anything.
I'll be right back. I'm going to find that link. Maybe that will help.
Stop that a second. Toxie, we're watching follow up to Blind Justice. He was moved to a prison, and his wife has to get all the sympathy points that she can. So, and she's explaining what happened, but not doing it very well. It's just coming across very whiny, like, and I need attention. Thank you very much, Kia Wallace. Did I get that right? For the $20, it's very much appreciated.
All right. Somebody sent me a link earlier to a really cool video that compiled this really nicely. I don't have it in front of me. I'm going to find my StreamYard link. Actually, just put that link in there. Yeah, Eric, I saw that you did that, and I asked them today about it. The lady said it should have transferred. So the case manager I spoke to at the prison, didn't know why Mike was there. And she's like, I don't really know why he's here. I don't know what, as far as I don't really know why he's being held for. I don't know what's going on yet. I guess they're still trying to put all that in, and I'll let you know when I find out. And I asked, I'm like, so do you guys just, is that normal? Do you just accept people without knowing why they're being put there? And I guess that's not abnormal, and it sometimes takes a while. Yeah, Central Prison in Raleigh have a prison war. What? That's why he's okay. You're persistent.
Very delusional. And
Somebody said something about people of Madison are disgrace. So I want to speak to that real quick. The people who actually live in Madison, like my actual neighbors that I have talked to, are kind.
because they don't know
They may
you as
not
well.
step up against the angry lynch mob.
Lynch
They
mob.
may not stand up against the police because they live here and they're scared of the retaliation if they do. Which, hello.
How about maybe they just don't want to break the law? Life is a lot better when you don't break the law. You should try it sometime.
You can see that that's it's a hard spot to be in. So I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. Sorry. Okay, guys, I'm gonna sign off here because the trolls are thick and I am too tired to be able to filter it out right now.
Aw, can't take criticism? No, it's not trolls. It's actually people who are calling you out on your bullshit. Yeah, that's it for that one. Let me see if. I wonder if any of the other auditors did a video that's worth watching. One second. Let's see if SC Swamp Rat did anything. No, just 3 days ago, she made a call for blind justice, trying to get the judge recused. Is that the right word? Recused or removed? I'll use that. Let's see. Let's see if her hillbilly son, Carolina Guardian. No, he's been quiet too. What were the names of the other frauditors that were there? I don't know what they could do if you justice. Thank you, Azure, for the $2 Australian. I'm guessing that is. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's see. Did you guys see Schrodinger's cat version of the video? He did a good job as well. One person that didn't do a video that I could find is Josh. You would think that someone like him, such an attention seeker, would do a video, unless, of course, he's a little scared right now because in 5 days he's going to be going to prison. Good riddance. No, I don't see anything new. A lot of people are very quiet. Interesting. You must be talking about Chauncey. I think that's Chauncey, whatever it is. I believe he's actually still in jail. I mean, he got a really serious charge, so he's not getting out anytime soon. If he drops the soap in the prison shower, he won't be able to find it. But he definitely would not want to bend over. Let's see. What could we... Is Devon still alive too? Oh, 1 second. Targeted Con Man was live. Okay, so before I go, let's go ahead and actually watch Schrodinger's cat version of this video. I thought it was very good, and since he's a friend of the channel, why not? So before we go, let's have another Blind Justice Gets Arrested video. Oops, let me share the audio. Oops, where is it?
I'm a sovereign citizen, dude. What's happening, guys? I'm a sovereign citizen from Israel. I know all about the gold fringe and how fraudulent it is.
They hit me with a really strong dose of OC spray.
I want to speak to you, dead soldiers, now! I know the laws, buddy, and I'm waiting for you to do something wrong so I can sue you in the pulpit.
I pay for that uniform, I pay for that car, I'm the taxpayer, right?
Hi, folks, and thanks for stopping by so that we can point and laugh at some stupid. First, let me welcome my newest channel members. I'm thrilled and excited to have each of you on board. If you're not a channel member and you'd like to be, the link is in the description box. Now let's get to today's idiot. He calls himself Blind Justice. He's not blind, and he doesn't care about justice. He got arrested this week while pretending to be a martyr, but what he was really doing was conning his followers and sycophants. Let me explain. Blind Justice got arrested a while back while loitering in a dark parking lot in Madison, North Carolina. He failed to identify and he did the whole sovereign citizen thing. Fast forward to now. He has a court date for that arrest. He wants to bring his cameras into the courtroom because he calls them assisted devices for his fake disability. He's citing the Americans with Disabilities Act, even though the ADA doesn't list his cameras on their list of approved assistive devices, but he refuses to enter the courthouse without his cameras.
Whatever the judge is saying is contrary to the Constitution and the Americans with Disabilities Act.
We can assist you with what you need.
But that's not what the ADA says.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him.
I don't care who you're talking to, but I'm not required to accept whatever you're offering as assistance.
Okay, well, if you refuse
According
to
to
go
federal-
in, if you
according to
refuse
federal law.
to go in without your devices, then that's
No,
on you.
I want to go in. I want equal access. If you're saying I cannot go in,
You talk to your attorney. That's why he's here.
that's why you.
Your attorney's right there.
No, he's.
The courthouse staff has agreed to accommodate him per ADA guidelines, but he refuses to enter without his cameras. And let's not forget his poor court-appointed attorney, who has repeatedly tried to talk sense into him.
Here to help me with
We
criminal
have
matters.
nothing else to say. There's a.
Okay, so are you going to allow me access to the courts?
They're clearly not going to let you in with yourself.
All right, so you're not going to allow me access to the courts right now. I have a court date. I'm here acting in good faith to do the business of the court.
We're going to allow you in without your devices.
Okay,
If we have a
what's your name?
prosthetic leg, we have to leave it out here.
Hold on, guys. What's your name?
What are you asking?
You.
I'm Sergeant Doom.
Doom? Okay.
Doom.
And the other-
D-O-O-M.
Doom. All right.
Mike,
Yeah.
I'm going to go in the court.
Okay.
It's kind of,
All right.
see what's going on.
All right. Well, I'm still trying to get access.
So at this point, when they can talk to you, we're not responding to anything they say, I'm sure I can.
All right.
You're not going in.
So you're physically not allowing me in. So we got Doom. What's the other name? You. Okay. So I got everybody's name now. What's your name? Gibbs? Okay. Gibbs, Doom. Same for the other officer's names?
Deputy Long.
Long? Okay. Is that
We're going to get a piece of paper from the judge.
Yeah, I gotta
They
go
don't
back.
have cell phones, anything like
No,
that?
no metal, no, not no metal.
So we have Doom,
Yeah, the Constitution.
Doom, Gibbs, Long, and who else? More?
A couple weeks back, I did a video about South Carolina swamp fox and her idiot son getting arrested while harassing the police. Well, they're back. Watch as the idiot son struggles to read.
Okay, here's your oath. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I have about to enter. So help me God.
Good work, Jethro. But I didn't hear anything in that oath about letting fake blind people defy judges' orders.
So, your oath, the very first thing you swore to defend was the Constitution. So what is your excuse now?
Not following orders.
The Constitution says he has equal rights to this facility with his assistive devices, whether the judge says so or not. That is the supreme law of the land.
I like to be thorough, so I double-checked. The Constitution doesn't say anything about cameras or assistive devices. Now his lawyer's going to make one last plea to try to get him to act right. But it won't work, because our fake blind friend knows that he's going to get arrested. He wants to get arrested, and he knows that if he does, his dummy friends around him will give him money. And that's exactly what happens.
So, can we step over here and have a chat?
Yeah.
All right.
Not to following behind them.
Attempt is,
You actually trying to get education.
Hey, guys.
An asshole, ain't you? Get away from
Yep. Deputies are preventing me from appearing. So I'm still here intending to appear before the court. So I've been denied access. I'm here to do the business of the court, acting in good faith. So if you want to arrest me because I'm at court, then that's on you. But I'm here to do the business of the court. I'm here to go to court.
No, you are not. You're there to scam people who believe your lies.
We want to know if it's going in naked. Is an
Y'all see?
option.
Watch
Can he
what
go in
the Nazis
naked
doing.
as an
Look at
option?
this.
Watch the Nazis.
Can he go in his
Man.
Breaking the oath and breaking the Constitution. The first oath they took to protect our
One of
Constitution.
the biggest lawsuits y'all getting ready to have, guys.
Are you sticking him in the moment? But that's okay to carry, like an old-fashioned blind man?
Wow. What if he was in the wheelchair?
Shame.
Shame on the Nazis.
I'm about to tackle the officer.
Shame on y'all.
Let's listen as one idiot tries to explain to another idiot what just happened.
What just happened here? What was he arrested for?
He's arrested for wanting to wear his assistant equipment into the courtroom so he could fully understand the proceedings against him.
But he didn't wear them in there. That's what I don't understand.
Well,
He never crossed a threshold with them on.
Well,
how can he
well,
be
he's in
arrested?
contempt of court because he didn't show up in court.
Oh, okay.
He stood out here. Why aren't you in the courtroom with your attorney?
Okay, okay. Makes sense now.
Next, his brain-dead followers throw a temper tantrum.
I can hear yelling inside, but I don't know what's going on. Open the door. Open the door so I can stand up outside the door.
Hey, don't touch my shit, man. Don't touch my shit. Don't fucking touch my shit. Don't touch my shit, Tyree. You just said you're asking us not to stay in there. We can go if you're asking. Yeah, we can. You asked, and we denied.
I don't submit. I don't submit. Do you understand that? I don't submit. You're not over me.
So that means if we go in and my shit, clown, I hope they knock you out when they open that door.
So what if we do? No, it's not. We're allowed to fly anywhere in the courthouse. That's not in the courtroom. The judge don't own the courthouse.
Look above your head, boss. Look above your head. You see that camera? You see that camera? They're all over, just like ours.
Hang on.
What happened, y'all? What happened? That judge is going against the Constitution, and y'all are betting that judge. He's just like KKK.
Hey, it says
the
pursuant
KKK
of
Act.
administrative order. That's not a law.
The
Says I
judge
can't.
can't make laws. He's not legislator.
There ain't nothing to play
He
around,
cannot
guys.
make a law.
He has actually no power outside of that court's room.
This inbred troglodyte just said that a judge has no power outside the courtroom. If that were true, court orders would be useless. For example, what good would it do for a judge to grant full custody of a child to a particular parent if that court order only had weight inside the courtroom? I think the combined IQ of this mob probably doesn't exceed single digits.
Can you repeat again what happened to him and the bail and everything?
Yeah, Mrs. Justice had contacted us, and she said that, of course, Mike was arrested, and the bail was set at $50,000 cash bond.
So that's where I'll leave it for now. There's so much more to this story, and I know there'll be new news coming. The Maanhaar Report is going in depth on this, so check them out for sure. If you like this video and you want to see more stupid in the future, please like and subscribe.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
I couldn't resist playing that. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to take off. I'm a little bit tired. So I want to thank everybody for coming in, and also everyone that donated from Super Chats. I love you all. You guys are awesome. Have a great night. And I'll be working on videos. Should be out within the next couple of days, I'd say. Have fun, guys. Good night.